This might get weird.
We on, baby?
We on, baby.
Yeah. Hey, cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
How goes it?
It goes, you know.
I love that we always cheer directly above the one, like the soundboard that records all of the podcasts.
Yeah,
that's how careful we are.
The one piece of equipment that shouldn't have liquids anywhere near it at all.
Yep. Let's just put some coffee on top of it.
We live on the edge. We like to flirt with danger.
Speaking of flirting with danger,
I've been flirting with my immune system for like 3 days.
you really have classic Grace Helbig, always almost sick, but now you fully took the plunge.
Yeah. My body made a choice without me confirming it.
You just got your body straight up interventioned you and wrote you a letter that said it loved you.
Yeah. They sat me down in a dark room where I couldn't escape, aka my bed, and said, "You're not allowed to leave this place until we're done." And I finally got out today because I've been on good behavior.
Yeah.
I've been fully sick the last couple of days. Like that reminder that your body is like a temple and that you should treat it as such, kind of sick.
A temple.
I mean, it's post-Easter.
Mine is like a Masonic temple that has now been turned into a hipster music venue.
I want to say mine's like Stone Temple Pilots, but I don't even have the music reference. To pull that reference off.
I know this could be like a cool thing for me to say, but no follow-up questions about them.
Don't ask me why this joke works, but
oh, that is hilarious.
Mamrie, you have, from what I've seen from afar, been fucking thriving.
I am thriving. I mean, out of the gate, I'm not wearing a bra right now. I truly feel like if someone came up to us with a trademark penalty and was like, you have to change the podcast, I'd be like, great. It's called No Bras.
Yeah.
With Grace and Mamrie. I am thriving. I got up this morning and went to the sauna.
I got here after you've been at the sauna?
I did an 8 a.m. sauna session.
Fuck directly off. That's not fair.
Here's the deal is I've noticed, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to diet or I'm just getting older or what's happening, but I like sleep more and more. I will hit snooze for 2 hours.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It'll be set every 10 minutes and I will full on with it under my pillow, loud as fuck.
I do the same thing. I put it under my pillow.
And then I slide my hand up, hit any button I can find, and then 9 more minutes of bliss.
Yeah.
It drives Chip crazy because he's a person who he sets it for when he has to get up. So he's like, no, if you have to get up at that time, then you'll fucking get up.
Yeah. Elliot has politely asked, can you please turn that off after the third time it goes off?
I'm like, I have high hopes. I'm like, I don't have to be anywhere till 10. I'll set it for 7. I'll get up. And then I just hit snooze for fucking...
I think there's this weird psychology and I have to get up at a certain time, so I'm setting this parameters, but fuck the man, I'm not gonna abide by his rules. Watch me keep snoozing.
9 more minutes. Is there an app that is an alarm clock that makes you pay money if you hit snooze? To a charity or something? And then because then I'd be like, you know what? I'm doing good for society. If you just had a straight up, I feel like there is. If there isn't, let's invent it before this goes up tomorrow.
Oh my God. I literally on the way over here was like, we should start a segment of the podcast about our inventions that aren't inventions yet, because this morning I had, one, that's a great idea if it doesn't exist.
And also, it's like mailing a letter to yourself with an idea that it's time stamped, that we're like, it was ours first. Go listen to episode 26 of This Might Get Weird.
You heard it and saw it here first. I thought, because I have the security system in my house that when it got set up, the guy that set it up in my home explained it to me. And I think what was probably layman's terms, but I just kind of smiled and nodded and, didn't ask as many questions as I should. Just kind of assumed that I would figure it out.
Everything's a Google away.
Exactly. And then my smoke alarm started going off a year and a half ago.
Was it
nowhere.
Steam? Call back.
Hey, no, it was smoke. It was actual smoke. To the point that the fire department showed up at my house.
I remember
and
this.
Goose went nuts. And I didn't even know that when you got them to stop smoking that they were still called, the fire department.
Right.
So and then the next night cooked again and they went off again. Whereas a year gone by, they haven't even gone off. I've cooked in my home plenty of times. So I got too paranoid about putting the smoke detector back in and having to call every single time they go off. that I haven't put it back in, and now like a couple times a day my house starts beeping and I have to like put my code in to turn it off. And I was thinking this morning, I was like, I wish that there was an app like a Cameo, but for like people that you respect, admire, or are, you know, entertained by, infatuated with.
Mentor-like?
Yeah, that you could pay them to explain how things work because you would pay more attention to what they would say versus a stranger. Like if I paid a Real Housewife to like show me how my security system works.
Your app is having Ramona be like, okay, here's what you do.
Yeah.
The first thing is...
if Ramona Singer succinctly explained to me how my home security system worked, I don't think I would ever forget. If Dorinda came in and told me to make it nice and then proceeded to explain to me exactly how this AT&T home security system worked, I think I would retain that for the rest of my life versus this polite, you know, middle-aged gentleman
who's an actual expert in it.
Yeah. So
that's your app.
That's my invention.
Okay, you guys let us know if you want to invest. Two things. Well, one thing I can only remember is when you said it. For a long time, I thought it was layman's terms.
Layman's.
I know.
I don't know.
It's totally layman's.
Okay.
I don't know its, you know, origin and who the fuck Layman was, and was Layman an idiot? But for a while, I thought it was layman's term, where like, yeah, explain it to me like I'm a lame man.
A lame man?
Like I'm totally lame. Explain it to me simply.
I was like, dork guy terms?
Like, explain it to me in dork guy terms.
In nerd herd terms. Layman is a person without professional or specialized knowledge in a particular subject, according to Google. So don't say we're not constantly educational.
We teach you shit all the time. Okay, so let's back to waking up early.
Yes.
So what I've started doing is trying to do like coffee dates with friends instead of drinks, which you know, still do the drinks, but if you're going to talk about business, then it's like, let's just get our asses up because it'll actually make me get out of bed. Or if I've signed up for something that if I don't show up, I'll still have to pay for.
Yes.
So I signed up for an 8 a.m. sauna because I knew my ass would get up and didn't want to lose $30.
That makes sense. That's how I treat therapy that I have later today. I've already gone in my head like, I should cancel this. I don't have much to talk about. But I'm like, I didn't cancel within the 24-hour window. I have to pay for this, so I have to go.
All of your mental health is based on...
My mental health is based on don't want to hemorrhage money.
But I highly recommend doing a sauna early in the morning. It was great. It was like, I've already sweat a bunch of calories. But
good on you.
Here's the deal. Is normally I go... And it's like a small private little one, and it's there's probably like 8 saunas in it, and this wonderful woman who works the front, who, you know, she still wears like camo cargo pants from Express and a wife beater, and then like a necklace from K Jewelers, or
heck yeah,
you know, or Pandora, something like that, and just very positive. And I've always loved going there. She clearly does yoga every day with that bod.
Yeah.
And they play Zen music, music you would have during a massage.
Yes.
A little who can say,
a little Enya
meets
wind chimes.
Absolutely. But so I normally go and bring like a magazine or something to do in there because I get bored and it's too hot for your phone.
Oh.
Like after 5 minutes, your phone will shut off and you have to like throw it out of the sauna.
Gotcha.
So this morning I thought, well, I'm going early in the morning. It's a nice way to start the day. I should just let myself be in the silence. Don't bring a magazine. Don't bring a to-do list.
Very meditative.
Yes, just let the sounds roll over you and like sweat your dick off. I get there. Apparently, things are different there in the morning.
Uh-oh.
She was blasting Christian rock. I mean,
Jesus has just risen, so...
He has risen and learned to play bass. I get in there and I think, well, they just opened. Surely she's just like blaring her soul collective whatever jams, and it all sounded like Imagine Dragons just got baptized. Like we're cool. Yeah. We're cool Christians. No offense to Christians out there, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Musically. So I think, I've caught her. I'm the first customer.
Yeah. She's having some me time.
She's turning this down to zenth. You know, in a minute. No. So now I'm in this sauna for 35 minutes listening to blaring Christian arena rock. I've got no magazine. I've got nothing. And I am just like counting in my head how many times it says like Jesus.
Oh,
it
my
was truly, I felt like I was trapped.
Wow. You were being baptized and you didn't even know it.
Yeah, exactly. I was being baptized in my own fucking sweat.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to be like, hey, could you change the music? Because that's offensive. She's always lovely. And I'm not about to get in a tiny box that I could be locked in if this like made the woman snap.
Nope. That was your true panic room.
It was crazy. But it made me think about, have you ever been to a church lock-in? Was that a thing in New Jersey where like once a year it was basically a slumber party, and I don't know why they called it a lock-in, but you would do an overnight with like the other youth of your church?
No, we didn't have a church one, but there was talk of us doing it in our like middle school or high school. And I mean, now that I'm an adult, I understand why the adults wouldn't let us do that.
Right. No, absolutely.
But the term lock-in was, something that I've known about, but we never did it.
Yeah, there was always, it was a big...
it's very aggressive.
Yeah, why not just like a Jesus slumber party?
Like a Jesus sleepover.
Like, we're going to lock you in. And also, my church had one once. We convinced them to. They did not lock us in.
Oh, you got out.
We like roamed the streets of Boonville, North Carolina. I know for a fact 2 dudes who saw boobs for the first time that night. We straight up found like the grape juice because we didn't use real wine.
Right.
And like drank the Christ blood like till we got stomach aches.
Like a bunch of fucking vampires.
Like we almost went and rolled yards.
Oh my
God. At our church lock-in.
That's pretty great.
But I did go to a lock-in once that was at a YMCA for the mega church of our county.
Whoa.
The church is called Peace Haven, and it's on, I'm not kidding you, Booger Swamp Road. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
That's not fair.
The biggest church in our county is on Booger Swamp Road.
I want to be at the naming committee of that road. That's like clearly a guy who gave his 10-year-old permission to name a street.
Totally.
I want Booger
Swamp Road. And then later the church probably tried to be like, can we change it? He's like, hell no. Booger Swamp Road forever. But I went to a church lock-in at a YMCA, and so there was a lot of people, unlike my lock-in that was like 8 teens. And there were all these activities because it was a Y. So you could play basketball, you could do all the things.
Right.
There's swimming pools, indoor swimming pool, you know.
Yeah, it's like a full,
that's amazing.
Like Junior Olympic playground.
They wouldn't let you get in the swimming pool unless you were saved.
What?
Yeah.
Like not by a lifeguard?
No,
like by Jesus, the lifeguard, the biggest lifeguard of all time.
So then they wouldn't let you get in the pool unless you were like, oh yeah, no, I've been saved. You guys know I did it last June, whatever.
What do you mean saved?
I'm a +1. I mean, like, I believe in God and I've been baptized.
Oh. Okay.
So I was pissed. So I was like, what, are y'all saving people? Can I like, is there like a drive-through? And I was like, yeah. And so I like had to do like I believe. They put their hands on me and then I was like, sick, I can go swim.
I wish.
Sorry, I know that's so offensive to so many people.
No. I mean, I wasn't allowed to swim in my like swimming club pool without doing like proving I could do the freestyle up and back. So if I could just go, I've been saved, and
I've been
jump in the pool,
I believe that I would like to cannonball.
Yeah. Hey, here's my 10 sacraments, 1 through 9. I'd like to swim in the deep end.
Yeah, absolutely. You actually had to pass a swim test at my college to graduate.
What?
Isn't that insane? At UNC Chapel Hill, I don't know if it's still...
Every student had to pass a swim test to graduate?
Because there was someone who straight up Lori Laughlin Mossamoed it and gave you... Like, someone had like a swimming tragedy in their family. Okay. And so they were like, we're going to give this college so much money, but everyone has to be able to tread water for a minute. It wasn't like the butterfly.
What?
Isn't that crazy? And you would put it off and you would put it off and you'd be like... I don't want to fucking go do this and like put on a swimsuit amongst other students, and they only did it at certain times.
What the fuck?
Isn't that crazy? I had to just tread water for a minute. It was also the year that I had a scratched cornea, so I was wearing glasses, and so I didn't. So I was blind. I was blind treading water for a minute.
The idea of someone treading water with glasses on. I know you weren't wearing them, but I love the idea that you were wearing them while you were treading water.
I was the coolest.
It's the most confusing image of all.
Just so pale and chubby and wearing glasses. But yeah, you had to go tread water for a minute. And people would say that like it was easy for the basketball players because they could just stand.
Yeah. That is nuts.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's still a thing there? It can't be. It can't possibly be.
Who knows? Who knows if they're still putting up that
UNC
money?
Chapel Hill.
Let us know.
That's nuts. Also, Flula went there, so that means Flula had to do
Flula was
it.
a mascot. Yeah, I should ask Flula how his swim test went.
Yeah, how long did he tread
the
water
butterfly?
for?
Probably. He probably did actual like speed laps while everyone else just treaded water and
he's
rolled
an
their
athlete.
eyes. Okay, so
You've had a very...
sorry, I just rambled about swimming for a while. This is my second cup of coffee.
We rambled about swimming and Jesus. This is what you guys are here
exactly.
for.
This is our post-Easter wrap-up.
Guys, we're still hungover on the Lord now.
I faked baptism so I could get in the pool.
Oh, that's so funny. But you've been busy.
Yeah, I went to a dog show on Saturday.
Yes, tell me about this.
Well, guys, I love to do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, the only thing that hurts me is that you and I need to do our own adventures so we can tell each other, because we feel like, I don't know how you listeners feel, but we feel like it's better when we tell each other stories as opposed to tell you guys about things that happen collectively with us.
Yeah, I think there's a healthy balance of both.
Oh, absolutely.
But I was just fully out of commission this weekend.
Totally.
So even if you wanted me to go with you, I would have been like, you're on your own.
I felt like I was cheating.
Yourself.
I am always looking up clubs and conventions and weird shows and what's going on. This one in particular is I'm obsessed with the breed Chinese Crested.
Right. Okay. So for someone that can't imagine what they look like, how do you describe what this creature looks like?
I would say this creature looks like a miniature, like a tiny, tiny deer where you shaved everything but its mane, feet, and tail.
Yeah, it almost looks like a very malnourished Clydesdale.
Yes, absolutely. It's like if Bean's Heart had a weave, but then also those like furry boots that were popular during the Nelly days.
Yeah. It's like
like boots with the fur.
Yes. If you took like an Italian greyhound and it thought that it was like an abominable snowman, it would look like this dog.
It looks like an Italian greyhound at Sundance. Yeah.
It's just wearing full white furry Uggs and
like
giant...
its best hat.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so funny. They have like 80s rockers hair and I'm obsessed with them. So of course, everywhere they have either meetups or they just have like clubs. So I Googled like Chinese Crested Southern California. And the thing that popped up was this Chinese Crested club that was one of the sponsors for this dog show, for this Kennel Club dog show.
Okay.
And I got into the schedule and it was like, there's every breed. I was like, there's 8 little areas and anything you wanted to see. So of course I want to see the tiny guys.
Of course.
But there was also like an Italian bull mastiff one where it just looks like beasts.
So it's something for everyone.
Something for everyone. I see that it's about, like a 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
Nothing. A Saturday morning. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, wow.
There were a total of 800 dogs who were registered. And you just don't even think... when I was learning about the cat show, you're like, this many people are into cat shows. This many people are into dog shows.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone thinks their dog is special.
Yeah.
So anyway, I get up, I get my coffee, I go. It's not indoors.
Is it open to the public?
Yeah. The only thing I had to pay for was parking.
Wow.
There was no
hot
fee.
tip, guys.
Hot tip. It's a cheap, fun morning
activity. It's a great date.
It is great. All you had to pay for is coffee and $7 for parking. So I get there and it's at the Expo Center. And for some reason in my head, it would be indoors. It was outside where it looks like they would have equestrian stuff. Like it's dirt floor and bleachers, etc.
But see, that makes me more comfortable for dogs rather than them being indoors, because I constantly worry, like, should they be let out? Do they have to go to the bathroom?
All you think is, where have they peed?
Yeah.
Where have they peed? Because
I know myself, when I'm stuck indoors, I'm constantly looking at where are the restrooms.
Oh, totally. Yeah. If Beans was in a dirt field, but there was like one shirt, she'd find the shirt and piss on it.
And the girl likes to be chips.
Yeah, the girl likes to be elevated. So anyway, we're there. I start to walk up, and it is just fucking madness how many dogs there are.
Oh my gosh.
You look in one corner and there's like 20 identical corgis. Oh. You look in the next and it's like all pristine schnauzers. It is just flooded with pockets of breeds, waiting to go, waiting to show.
Oh my God, this is like the most wonderful fever dream of all time.
It was fantastic. A couple things I would have planned for that were different from the cat show.
Okay. Give everyone that's following
the
this
rundown
journey
of like how to probably do a dog show.
This is a Pinterest article.
It was cold. So I didn't realize it was going to be cold because it was outside, which was especially just heartbreaking when I was with the Chinese Crested because they all hairless.
Oh, and they're shaking
so
like crazy.
So I kept... I'll tell you about them later.
Okay.
But anyway...
I love that. Something about the dog show needs to be taken offline.
Yeah. No, not offline. Just later. When I saw the Chinese Crested perform, I just kept going up to their owners like a fucking groupie. Like they all look like an 80s hair band, and I'm the groupie who's like, "Hi, I have a hairless at home, so I know crazy weather for a hairless dog, huh? Can I pet your dog?" And then I would go up there and just rub the dogs to try to give them some like warmth. It's like these owners were completely unconcerned that it was cold and their dog is also a naked lizard.
And to be fair, you've been sans beans for like a week or so, a week and a half, so I get that your maternal instincts are kicking in hardcore.
I need to touch that hairless flesh. And so I'm just like, cuties, can I touch? And just full on like they are in hypothermia, like stopping when they look.
They're just a giant shake weight.
Yeah. They're like, who is this woman molesting our dogs vigorously?
And then they all think that you're sent by one of the other competition to fuck your dog up.
I'm fucking their hair up, man. Oh, they were so cute.
I know you posted an Instagram post that I thought was all the same dog.
No, they're all different.
I know. I realized that way after the fact because I was like, what? Mamrie doesn't usually post like all of her outtakes of her selfies. And then it was just, nope. These are different dogs.
And mind you, me asking to take selfies with these dogs were all within like 20 square feet. So once an owner would be like, sure. And then I walk to the next one and give my spiel again like I'm a politician running for the Chinese Crested like presidency. But what killed me though, it was the same thing as the cat show.
Yeah.
It's not that they didn't know what selfies were. It's that no one had an Instagram.
Oh, really?
I asked every owner, does your dog have an Instagram?
Oh, girl, you could make a side business off running a panel at these competitions where you teach people about dog social media maintenance.
It was insane because, of course, I had it in my back pocket when I'm the crazy...
I'll tag them.
100%.
Yeah.
I was like, if they're weird at all, or if it's the difference of me standing beside the dog versus getting to pick it up, I will drop that I have a large amount of followers and I will tag your dog. I mean, I full on had the spiel in my head.
This is the only time you're going to flex that muscle.
Like, I'd be like, can I take a selfie with your dog? They'd be like, of course. But, they're up on a little, podium or whatever it is. Or on the ground, and I don't want to like lay on the ground of an expo center. I was wearing black jeans. I did it twice though. I full on did it twice. I had to come home and change pants before I went to brunch. But the difference of going, can I take a selfie? Sure. And then I would say, does your dog have an Instagram? And if they said yes or something, I'd be like, me too. Can I tag them? Also, can I lift them up so it's a better picture? They would have understood the angles. No, they were just like, fend for yourself. This one woman who was wearing... Oh, this leads me to another point.
Yeah.
Okay. While the cat shows, the owners were like puffy paint sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Like, like mall 1998 style.
Yes.
Dog shows are fancy. So lots of power suits like Talbot's 1994. Maybe you could find at a clearance rack. But they are fancy and they are bringing their all. And there's lots of pantyhose and like black flats because they're running with them pooches.
Oh, yeah. They got to look, professional and sporty at the same time.
Exactly. Because you don't have to run with your cats.
Oh, right. You just have to.
They're full on running these dogs.
Which you would think would be the opposite dress then.
That they'd want to be more cash. Or wear like tracksuits.
Or like athleisure is really trendy, but they'll get to that in like 40 years from now.
Exactly. But because they have to run and they hold their leashes up so high, which Chips makes fun of me for because I don't even notice I'm doing it.
When you walk Beans?
I walk Beans
like she's at
Westminster. Like she's at fucking Westminster with 2 fingers pinching the leash. So where was I? Oh, there's this woman in this suit, black suit, fully rhinestone collar.
Wow. You think she did it herself?
I don't know. Maybe because then her crates for the dog were hot pink with their names rhinestoned on it.
See, that's why I think they personalize it.
See, she's bringing that glam to the dog show, but then it didn't have an Instagram.
Oh, an Instagram.
But here's what happens.
What?
Is I'm like, can I take a pic with Twyla? I'm like, do you mind if I take a pic with Twyla? She's like, she's an ice queen. She's like, no, I've already like fully.
Who, the dog or the owner?
The owner is an ice queen.
Okay.
But also, to be fair, I'd already like warmed her dog up like a hot potato earlier in the day. Like an hour earlier, I saw the dog. I was like, can I pet your dog? Like insanity.
Just like a full aggressive rub down.
You know when you get one of those little hand warmers for when you're at sports games or something and you have to give it friction to get it going? That's what I did to Twyla earlier in the day.
So you already crossed a boundary.
I already was very intimate with this dog. And then I'm like, can I take a picture with the dog? I mean, I was full marrying. So she's like, sure. And then when I say like, do you have an Instagram for Twyla? And she's like, no. From behind her comes a mini me, her daughter, who's like 12, in the same power suit with the same makeup, looking 45.
Oh my God.
For a second, I thought it was like a Danny DeVito Schwarzenegger twin scenario. Like she could have leaned on her mom. I thought it was like a very small sister because she looked 45.
Yeah.
Same power suit, but green.
Wow.
And then she smiled and had braces. And I was like, oh, this is a child.
Okay.
That's presenting, who like loves to present the dogs. So I full on take a picture with her. Like she's sweet. She knows what Instagram is.
Yeah.
So it's sweet. But man, taking those photos is the best.
But she didn't. So the daughter, I thought the daughter was going to reveal that the dog did have an Instagram that the mom didn't know about.
Or like the daughter would recognize me or something. It was none of that.
Oh, that's amazing.
But everyone's fancy. And also, people bring their own chairs. They bring their own fold out like director's chairs and then get their dog's name embroidered on the back.
Hell yeah.
Or like their dog's title of like championship embroidered on the back.
I think you should just take Beans and enter one of these competitions just completely blind.
They would not know what to do. They'd be like,
you look great in shoulder pads.
I do.
I think that this is something that should happen.
Should I? I wonder if there's a purebred, because Beans is a Jolo, which I didn't realize till later there had been a Jolo competition at 8 a.m. and I'd missed it. Oh. I'm so pissed. Could you imagine? Like 20 beans trotting in a circle?
Oh, you would have died. No, it's for the best that you missed it because you had other obligations. You would have
lost my
literally
goddamn mind.
fucking fainted and no one would have been there to help you.
It was the best time. My favorite thing is that when I got there and I, start to do a lap just to scope out the breeds. God, it was so funny. Like those tiny poodles that have haircuts.
Oh my God.
Like you don't realize how silly a dog is until you see 20 of them.
Oh yeah. It's the most ridiculous.
It's like like a windowsill of bobbleheads.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just like weirdly shaped Q-tips. I love that. Well, so you told me that you went to this and I was sick and you felt bad that I couldn't come with you. And then you're like, in case you feel better tomorrow, the finals are tomorrow. And I woke up on Sunday and I was like, maybe I feel okay. But then it all like hit me again.
Right.
And then I realized that the Beverly Hills dog show was on TV.
Oh, so you watched a dog show anyway.
I watched a dog show on TV. I lost my fucking mind because, some of the celebrities that graced this dog show were Mario Lopez and his entire family.
He's everywhere. He was on our flight back from New York from WrestleMania.
Exactly. And he acted the exact same way on camera. Like it was Maria Menounos interviewing him.
Who stole our Uber.
Yep.
Wait, I don't know if we told these people.
I don't think we told
When
this
we were
story.
at WrestleMania, we were supposed to get picked up to head to WrestleMania, and our car is not there for 20 minutes. WWE set it up. Our car is not there. I eventually... but the driver had texted me and been like, I'm outside whenever you're ready.
You had been communicating and we got our group together and finally you like called them to be like, we're all together. And then he was like, I already picked
you up. I was like, what? You didn't pick me up?
We're in the lobby of the
like,
hotel.
You said you were downstairs. What are you doing? He's like, there's someone in my car. I said your name and they nodded and got in the car. We were like, what the hell is going on? It was so scary for a minute.
Yeah, because then we were like, is a random that just saw a car that someone offered a ride to, just agreed to go in the car.
I've been watching like Killing Eve and some scary stuff, so I'm like, did a murderer get in the car? And then when the driver ends up dead, the passenger was named like Mamrie Hart, confirmed.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy? We should write that as an episode or something.
Okay, don't steal it.
But anyway, finally, eventually, 15 minutes later, we find out that Maria Menounos is in the car. So obviously, Maria Menounos, Mamrie Hart, the guy just stumbled and was like, "Are you mama?" And she was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, close enough. And then she was doing the backstage like interviews at this dog show. There were two Kentucky Derby like Triple Crown jockeys that were
so tiny.
And Ashley Tisdale was there.
Yes.
Sean White was there with his dog that wore rose-colored glasses the entire time.
Wait, okay, I love
the Flying Tomato had a little tiny dog that just wore a fully turtleneck like J. Crew sweater and then tiny rose-colored glasses. He looked cool as heck the whole time.
Isn't Ashley Tisdale's name in High School Musical Sharpay? And
maybe.
I think it's Sharpay, and that's the super wrinkly breed of dog.
Oh, yes, it is. But that's not the dog she had. She had one of those little fluffy things. But it was literally like watching Best in Show.
Yes.
I got so into it. And the announcers were just exactly like the Best in Show announcers. Like they were
completely sincere.
They were making commentary that I was scream laughing at. At one point, okay, I had to write this down.
Please
and
do.
Also, Elliot was watching this with me, and both of us went, "What did they just say?" The guy, there was like, they were really rooting for, weirdly, they showed their true colors. The two men that were announcing were rooting for the Golden Retriever and the Black Lab.
I was going to say Golden Retriever.
Yeah, because
like
they never win.
Basic motherfuckers.
Right, but I guess the Golden Retriever and Black Lab like never win their group because they are, America's sweethearts or whatever, that they were like, maybe this is going to be the year. And they were like oddly so behind these dogs. But I think it was the Black Lab. The guy... He says,
please don't say it's racist.
It's not racist. He just goes, "This is the original Me Too dog." And we both went, What? And he goes, "Yeah." And you can hear silence. And he goes, "Yeah, this is the original Me Too dog. This is the kind of dog that when you want to go somewhere or you start to put your shoes on and you start to leave the house, it goes, me too, me too. I want to go too." And Ellie and I at 10 a.m. were like, "What the fuck is this man saying?"
The original Me Too dog?
He said verbatim, if anyone else watched the Beverly Hills Dog Show,
that is so funny.
Please confirm this with me. He just said that's the original Me Too dog. And it was like you could probably hear producers in a back room screaming, "Jeff, no, he told you not to say that."
Oh my God.
It was.
He's like, "This is the original Me Too dog." And then when they finish presenting, he's like, "All right, time's up."
That's literally, yeah. It was the most.
That is so funny.
And that's when I was like, okay, we're watching this for a while. And the commentary was amazing.
I do feel like Westminster is always, I believe, the day after Thanksgiving, but I would totally blow off Thanksgiving and go to that in New York with you and like do our own
100%.
live streaming.
I would love to stay in the hotel that all the dogs are at, which is like across from Penn Station, because I've watched them be loaded in there before. I've like walked by Penn Station when the Westminster Dog Show was like loading up, and it's these people that are screaming at bellhops to get their dog carriers with these dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a fucking nightmare shit show, but I'd love to be in the middle of it.
At the cat show, you think about all these carriers and they're tiny, but then I was seeing, like great fucking Danes have to have, I think it's probably a rule they have to have a carrying case. You can't just like grab them out of the back seat.
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing about the dog show that made me really laugh. Well, first of all, another difference between Cat Show and this is Cat Show, there was like coffee and, like packaged Otis Spunkmeyer croissants. Like there was no food.
Yeah, it's like an AA meeting.
Dog Show, they grub.
Whoa.
People with full piled plates of meatballs everywhere. I walked past a woman who had a full plate and someone was like, "Ooh, that looks good. What they got going on?" She full Bubba Gumped like meatballs. They got lo mein. And I was like, damn, people really eat at these dog shows.
It's a full old country buffet.
I would have known, like, bring a coat, bring a chair, and bring an appetite.
I mean, that's literally tailgating is what you just described.
Hold on. Tailgating, but tailgating with tail. Oh my God.
Okay, you guys are listening to a genuine like brainstorming session right now.
We have asked for years if we can be the refs at the Puppy Bowl.
For years.
And they never let us be the refs at the Puppy Bowl.
They decided so far in advance now that it's like we have to throw our name in now for like 2021.
Well, fucking listen, Pedigree or Purina, whichever. We want to do it. What we should do is we should have our friends come over for the Puppy Bowl and tail wag a gate.
Oh my God. Okay,
which will lead me to an actual event I need to plug in a second.
Yes.
But when I got to the dog show and I do my whole rounds and I'm working up the nerve to talk to a dog.
Yes.
I go and it's intimidating. It's very intimidating to be there and not have a dog. So I'm working up the nerve, and then I go and I watch the long-haired Chihuahua competition. And I mean, it is like 20 long-haired Chihuahuas being circled up, running, plopped on a table. You check out the teeth, you check out the butt, you do the whole thing.
Touch them, poke them, prod them, all of it.
The judges don't have microphones, aren't talking at like a cat show, so you can't hear their judgments. You just hear who wins.
Yeah.
But finally, the winner, they're all exiting, and I'm like, okay, I gotta talk to this winner. And I say to the owner, I'm like, congratulations. I'm like, congratulations. Your dog is beautiful. Like, the win was deserved. She's like, thank you. And then I go, what's your angel's name? And she goes, Fraser. The first dog I approached is named Fraser.
Oh my God.
And I just laughed so hard, and she did not understand why. And I just went, it's a great show, and walked off. And I was like, holy fuck.
That's the universe just
a dog
winking
named
at you.
Fraser with like slicked back long hair.
And of course it wins. That's incredible.
But speaking of dog stuff, which I want to plug here.
Yes. Oh, you have. Mamrie is
I've been grinding.
A mastermind of absurd but important events, and I think this might be your best one yet.
Thank you. I love this. Is just the dog episode.
Yeah, really.
So forever, as you know, I've wanted to do an event with like Instagram famous dogs who are rescues, who have abnormalities. You know, like Beans' little rescue with the tongue out.
The quirky ones.
Quintessentially dogs you would say are derpy.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Is the most appropriate adjective for them. Yeah.
Full derps. And I wanted to do an event that would be, you know, a coming together of these dogs on the Kentucky Derby Day and call it the Kentucky Derpy. Now, whether they would race, I'm not sure. I figured they'd be more like we watch the Derby and they wear big Derby hats, which we love. We love a Derby hat.
Yeah.
But so about 4 or 5 days ago, I was like, God damn it, it's coming up again on May 4th, and I didn't plan it.
You've had this idea for years.
I've had it for like 3 years. Yeah. But also, these dogs are all around. They're not just in LA.
This is a global sort of situation, and how do you get them all to one place? There's a lot of planning and a lot of like execution that would be kind of a mess to try and handle.
Yeah, it's too much. It would need like a whole company. So instead, I decided to make this more of an Instagram moment called the Kentucky Derpy. And so what I'm doing is I have got a ton of tiny hats.
I've seen them firsthand.
I have just a table full of tiny derby hats that I ordered offline. I got a bunch of fake flowers and accoutrements from Michael's I'm going to super glue. And I've been sliding into the DMs of Insta famous dog accounts and asking if they would participate. All they got to do is post a picture of their dog in the derpy hat. Be like, welcome, first annual Kentucky Derpy, a race to adoption.
Yes.
And what it is it's sending people to a GoFundMe page I'm setting up for my favorite shelter, Muttville, San Francisco, because I follow their Instagram, that gets elderly dogs adopted, which is just so sweet. Like dogs that have been given up just because they're old, you know? And so I've got a handful of dogs on board, or like animal lovers who also have rescues. And if you guys are listening and want to be a part of it, I'm going to put information up soon, but it's just trying to get people to donate by, you know, grabbing their attention with a dog in a fancy ass hat.
I love it. I mean, you guys, let us know if there's any of your favorite Instagram famous dogs that Mamrie should slide into the DMs, or let them know that they should contact Mamrie, because the Derby is Saturday, May 4th.
Yes. So it's it's basically a week and a half from this comes out tomorrow.
Yes. So please let Mamrie know sooner rather than later. Also, if you guys have your own dogs and want to participate. You got all these hats that Michael's?
I did it on Amazon, and they were like the next day, and you get they're like $2 a piece, and then you personalize it for your pup.
So get ready to see all those photos and also participate at home. I mean, who doesn't want the excuse to like spend their time making a hat for their dog?
A teeny hat. I wish I would have pitched this to Frasier.
Oh, God, there's still time.
Yeah, next year I'll go to the dog show with the tiny hats and flyers.
Oh, my God, I know. Just like a Girl Scout selling cookies.
Absolutely. So, this has been the dog episode.
Yeah, this was very dog heavy, but I don't regret a single thing about it.
I don't regret one thing.
Also,
Grace.
I mean, you've gotten really into this, like going to competition situation that I feel like I need to hold my own and figure out what the next competition is around here.
You'll get there.
We'll get there. As soon as my immune system gets there, that's the biggest competition right now.
It's you versus body.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you come out with the ribbon.
Thank you.
Right.
Anything else? I think we like covered a lot today.
Yeah, I've got other stuff, but let's save it for the next one. I
We'll
like
save it for
keeping
the
this
next
one pure.
As always, guys, don't forget to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/thismightgetweird.
Yeah.
We got fun stuff going on over there. And if you are listening, don't forget that we post the video versions of this podcast on the This Might Get YouTube channel.
Yeah, so if you want proof that I do this with no bra on, head over to youtube.com/thismightget. All right, and we'll see you next time, guys.
It got weird.
It did.